Here is another rampage I went on the same coaching call, but in a different manner for a different topic.
Like, my biggest, baddest success stories in SP land are the people who were just able to look beyond their reality and go somewhere else entirely mentally. And that's a skill. It's a skill you develop. It's not something that sometimes a lot of people can develop just on their own, and that's okay. That's why we have mentors and coaches for those who do need that help, for people who can't do it on their own. And so I want you to know that the resistance that you're experiencing is totally normal, and that the fact that you manifested him once means you can definitely manifest him again. And if you manifested him on your own the first time, but you've been spinning your wheels for a while and it hasn't been working on your own, I mean, I think it's wonderful that you got help, because now he's going to come back 10 times faster because you have someone on your side. You have someone in your corner, in the ring, so to speak, to point you out exactly what you're not doing correctly and what you need to do and how you need to shift things in order to get the type of love that you want and to get it fast. Like, my goal here is like to literally just tell you and give you the exact blueprint of what you need to do based upon your circumstances, your resistance, your beliefs, your expectations, and how you see this scenario. I have to tell you exactly what to do now to have the type of love that you want and to have it fast. And so that's what we're really doing when it comes to these types of programs, is we're sitting down and I'm like, okay, this is what we need to shift. This is what we need to shift. I want you to shift it like this. I'm going to write you out this like 10-page plan. And it's like, this is our attack plan and this is what we're going to marry. And I want you to marry this like you've married a freaking Bible or any other religious text that you practice. And I want you to know it by the letter, and I want you to apply it every single day. And just like you've seen, like you've applied it, and in one call, men are showing up. They're reaching out to you. Movement is already happening. And so it goes to show that, like, you've been at this for a minute, girl. And it's like the results, I want you to also, like, kind of talk your, stuff. Like, you did that in one call. Like, previously on your own, did you even think that could be possible? Like, that type of quickness of results? Exactly, right? Like, how long were you trying? Like, let's take a moment to really take that in and appreciate that, because that's like also so freaking huge. Like, how long were you at this without me on your own, in order to get movement like that, or to just get movement as a whole?
Well, so 2 years total, but when I got movement the last time was like immediately after I did my consultation with you.
Yeah.
It was just one I did with you, and you were like, girl, focus on self-concept and forget about him. Like, don't even worry about it. And that's all I did. Like, I didn't even do affirmations for him. I got your, 90-day book with your
journal. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's all I did. And then some meditation and visualization. And yeah. And within like a couple months, texted me and said, hey, I'm coming, to the state. I want to see you.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Casual, super casual. But 2 years is crazy. And you did this in one call. We collapsed 2 years of time in one call. In one freaking call. And so I want you to understand that, like, the next call we have, you're going to be having 30 times more movement. And then the call after that, you're going to be having like 40 times more movement, because that's just how we move. That's just how we roll. Things can happen fast. They can happen overnight. You can be in a different situation an hour ago and in the next hour be in a completely different scenario. That's exactly how people get fast results in my world, is they let go of the past, who he was yesterday and who you were yesterday, or even who he was a minute ago. And who you were a minute ago is not who you are now. And every single moment we have an opportunity to embody a new trait, a new identity characteristic, a whole new life. Anyone can change in any given moment. And so when we adapt that type of mentality, we quantum leap into the reality where us and our desire are really just one. And that's the magic of the work that we do together.
This right here is about purges.
So when it comes to manifestation, think about what manifestation is as a whole. we have some beliefs and we know some things to be true that are in a negative direction. And when we know things to be true, or what we believe is in a negative direction, we get a negative outcome. So the whole purpose of manifestation and why anyone pays anyone anything, or why coaches exist, or how people manifest their dream lives, is like they had to shift what they knew to be true, what they believed, and what they observed to get a different outcome. So when we start to shift our belief systems and we start to say more positive things, we start to release our pain from the past, we start to unearth that subconscious blockages and things of that nature. Well, even if you just go for manifestation as neuroscience, neuroscience is the art of creating a new neural pathway, which is neuroplasticity. The way to create a new neural pathway is to keep telling yourself a new story, a new positive self-talk, while also disassociating from the past story, the past perception, and what you have known to be true, and what you choose to believe, because everything is a choice, even if there's concrete evidence up and until this point in time. The more you can disassociate from the past, choose new beliefs regardless of what's happening externally, and internalize the new positive story. As you can see, this is a very complex, multifaceted process to create new neural pathways. But when we know new things to be true, when we choose new stories, and when we embody the person who's loved, worthy, chosen, cherished, special, regardless of what's happening external, that's what causes the 3D to become better. But in the beginning, when you start to go through this process, think of it this way. If I know to be true that, I don't know, I'm just going to say I'm ugly, and I start to tell myself I'm pretty, well, I'm probably going to get a purge of individuals, maybe validating back my own insecurities, because what I know to be true is I'm ugly. And so the first time I say it, the second time I say it, the third time I say it, the fourth time I say it, first time, second time, third time, fourth, like a freaking Dr. Seuss, Doctor Who book, one banana, two banana, three banana, four, I'm going to get evidence of the contrary, most probably, unless I can completely disassociate from reality, drop the past at the door, and just be like, I'm hardcore, like balls to the walls almost, like this is my new story, and I don't give a damn about anyone else, or what anything else has happened, or what anyone said, or who did what to who, or whatever's happening in the sky, or anything like that. And that's how my people get like success in 1 minute, success in 1 hour, success in 1 second, I don't know. And so when it comes to this situation, please understand that like you're supposed to kind of be shown resistance, and in many ways it can sometimes, not all the times, mean that you're on the right track, because now you're starting to touch the beliefs that, guess what? You don't have beliefs on. And so as you start to tell yourself, I'm pretty, when your brain knows that, I'm ugly, guess what? You're going to have more evidence of what the brain knows to be true, because the brain's trying to keep you stuck. But I want you to imagine that the brain's trying to keep you stuck while the universe is trying to give you what you want. But the universe can only give you what you want if you let go of the story that's blocking that outcome. The story that's blocking the outcome. So really what manifestation is it's a shedding process. We have to shed the old story, internalize the new story to get what it is that we desire. And the quicker we can do that, it can happen in a day, in an hour, in a minute. My quickest success story was literally in 1 minute. And that's kind of like my golden poster child. But it's not to discourage anyone else. It's just to motivate and empower that change and success happens as quickly as we can do these steps. These steps are important. They're pivotal. They're huge to be able to get you from point A to point B. And the only people who aren't successful are the ones who can't do those steps. They don't want to let go of the past. They're attached to their trauma and their pain from the past. They feel justified to keep telling and singing the same old song, the same old tune, the same old story, but then wonder why nothing changes. Well, babe, I hate to break it to you, but it's because you won't let go of the shit story. Like, you won't let go of the past, and then you're wondering, like, where's the future? Well, it's underneath the shit that's been piled up. We've got to get rid of the shit to be able to get to the gold, And so that's just, like, so important, and it's just so pivotal.